The 3 body types: Ectomorph, Mesomorph, and Endomorph. Everyone's body is different, and that probably goes without saying, right? I mean, some of us are taller, some of us are shorter. There are those with a small frame, whereas others seem to be bigger boned. What you may not know is that there are actually 3 distinctive body type classifications, also known as somatotypes. It can be useful to know your specific somatotype since it can help you tailor your fat or muscle building approach accordingly. How To Fitness is here to help you better understand these 3 main body types and enable you to see where you best fit in. It's very easy to use one's classification as a crutch for being unhealthy or weak, but here we are not going to use our genetics as an excuse anymore. Over the years, these 3 body types have become widely accepted as 3 solid classifications for how our bodies will generally react and grow based on our training and diet. These 3 classifications are Mesomorph, Ectomorph, and Endomorph. Ectomorph. Classically known as hard gainers in the fitness parlance, ectomorphs don't have to worry as much about getting fat, but often struggle with putting on muscle mass. They are characterized as having long, slim, and thin muscle or limbs and a low fat storage. Ectomorphs are not prone to accumulate fat nor build muscle. This is the body type that is most resistant to gain weight due to its fast metabolism. In other words, ectomorphs are often able to overeat while gaining little or even no weight. People with this body type have minimal observable body fat, are only lightly muscled, and have a small frame and joints. The famous light welterweight boxer Manny Pacquiao is categorized under this body type. Here are the common characteristics of ectomorphs. The more of these that sound like you, the more likely it is that you fit into this body type classification. Your shoulders are narrower than your hips. Your forearms are on the smaller side. Your body looks long and narrow. You experience difficulty gaining weight, both in terms of muscle and fat. Ectomorphs need a large amount of calories in order to gain weight. Workouts should be brief and intense, focusing on big muscle groups. Supplements are definitely recommended. Ectomorphs should eat before bed to stop muscle catabolism during the night. Generally, ectomorphs can lose fat very easily, which makes cutting back to lean muscle easier for them. Mesomorph. Mesomorphs are typically thought of as the luckiest of the 3 body types, given the ability to build muscle without putting on too much excess fat. If you fall under this category, you are likely going to find it easier to maintain a lean, muscular body than the other 2 types. This body type tends to pose a long torso and short limbs. People with a mesomorph body type are strong and athletic and excel in explosive sports. That is, sports calling for power and speed. The reason for this talent lies in the type of muscle this body type possess. They have a higher percentage of fast twitch fibers and will gain muscle mass more quickly than any other body type. Examples of known celebrities with this body type are Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terrell Owens, and Anna Kournikova. Let's take a look at how you can determine if you fit into this body type. Your shoulders are approximately the same width as your hips. Your forearms are moderately thick. If you grip your wrist between your thumb and middle finger, the 2 fingers barely touch. You can gain or lose weight without too many issues. The mesomorph body type responds the best to weight and fitness training. Gains are often seen very quickly, especially for beginners. The downside to mesomorphs is they gain fat easier than ectomorphs. This means they must watch their calorie intake. Usually a combination of weight training and cardio works out better for mesomorphs. Endomorph. This is the body type that traditionally experiences the most difficult time losing weight, although they can often put on a decent amount of muscle mass reasonably easily. These are people with wider waists, larger bone structures, and are vulnerable to storing fat instead of building muscle. The endomorph limbs are usually much bigger than other body types. Endos are usually of a shorter build with thick arms and legs. Muscles are strong, especially the upper legs. Endomorphs find they are naturally strong in leg exercises like the squat. They have soft and round bodies, but when in shape tend to look more like mesomorphs. Think Gladiator Russell Crowe and the beautiful actresses of the 1950s. Here are some of the traits that are likely to indicate that you are an endomorph. Your shoulders are wider than your hips. Your forearms are on the thicker side. Your body looks round and soft. You can gain weight fairly easily but find it hard to lose. The circumference of your chest is over 44 inches. If you fit several of these characteristics, you may indeed be an endomorph. To reduce fat gain to a minimum, endomorphs must train more cardio as well as weights. Usually, supplements may not be needed as long as the person has a high protein intake in their diet. When we think body types, questions like, what body type am I? What does it say about my training and diet? I have bad genetics. How bad can this be? Come to mind first. Don't worry, you are not alone. We all have different bodies, genetics, reactions to certain foods, and thus we each have different activities and behaviors that we're predisposed to be good at or struggle with. Just because you are predisposed to be good at one thing or terrible at another doesn't mean you should be pigeonholed or limited with what you can do. What body type would you like to be if you had a choice? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, How To Fitness, to see the newest trends and information about exercises, routines, and anything to help reach a fit life. This has helped busy people just like you lose weight, build muscle, and completely transform themselves, thus making many realize they are not shackled to their genetics.